It's extremely, extremely sad news to now note that George Perez, who had a very, very long history of battling illness, is dead. And he leaves behind an incredible legacy. It's just amazing work on so many books, so many characters. But of course, it's just tragedy that he's been lost. But I don't know. It's very mixed to feel. On the one hand, it's sad he's gone, but what he accomplished is pretty incredible. And it's just so many highlights to go through. Probably the only thing is that he's sort of been not given enough due with what he did. I think many people have just jumped to the Infinity Gauntlet. I really love and I think is extraordinary. But he doesn't get enough credit with other things like Wonder Woman. Really, when we're seeing the image of Wonder Woman now, that's him. He's the one who kind of reconstructed the look of Wonder Woman to be this kind of Mediterranean, thin but muscular beauty. That was really his accomplishment. He also did a lot of writing, which people don't remember, but he was also a writer. His main strength was as an artist, but very interesting work he did on Wonder Woman, Teen Titans, Avengers. He really was the Avengers artist and then did other things. Probably the Infinity Gauntlet will be what he's going to be known for a very long time, deservedly. But it's just so many things he did throughout his life. Just the amount of work and the quality, too. It's just extremely high quality. It doesn't perhaps have the fancy style that became much more in vogue with people like Jim Lee and Todd McFarlane, which I appreciate, but his is a much more classical style of getting anatomy right and just trying to adhere to perspective and things like that, which has fallen out of favor, but I think hopefully we'll experience a renaissance. Unfortunately, his death may help speed that up, but it is what it is. That said, I don't want to bury where he went wrong. He's probably most notorious in terms of the bad side for a very infamous Avengers issue 200, which, depending on your perspective, really did a lot of damage to Ms. Marvel, who was called Captain Marvel in the MCU, but it's Miss Marvel if you know the comics. That story was really terrible. To his credit, he did distance himself from the ultimate product, but again, he was a part of it, so I don't want to bury where he went wrong. But it is good to know that was the rare occasion. For the most part, a lot of stories, a lot of artwork he can proudly stand behind. Just a very great record. And it's just incredibly sad to see him go. He leaves behind an incredible, just awesome canon, and one which I hope more readers will appreciate now that he's gone, unfortunately. But yeah, just incredible work. It's unfortunate, even with the Infinity Gauntlet, he wasn't able to complete the run. He only did technically 3 issues. He also did some work on 4, but I would have to say 4 to 5 and 6 are really the Ron Lim issues, and he's the dominant kind of artistic voice after issue 3, but he did contribute to issue 4, to be fair. But yeah, it became sort of the Ron Lim show after issue 3. Nevertheless, those 3 issues are astonishing, and it's definitely not due to any deficiency in his skill. It's just he couldn't keep up with the pace. These are really big issues, and you can just tell the amount of time and effort he put into every page. It's just amazing compositions. And although I would have to say the Ron Lim Thanos is my favorite and probably superior. His is no shame. Very solid characterization. A very interesting interpretation of Thanos, and certainly a lot better than the original version, which needed a lot of work. Very sad passing, but he does leave behind a very intriguing and very excellent canon of work in both writing and drawing, though I think he will be primarily known as an illustrator. But thankfully, his painful bout with cancer is over, so at least we should take comfort in that he's no longer in pain.